Alright. Alright, chat, I'm officially live. I'm gonna show you're all able to hear me. But bro. Oh. Oh, because, yeah, I'm on the PS4 version. Oh. The fuck is this? Okay. OG Season 7 Past Part 2. Oh. Oh, they're adding the Valentine theme. I remember they did it before. But wait, Season 8 released on February, and we're getting the well, why is OG Pass why is it releasing on March though? Why can't it release? Why can't they have the same exact dates, you know? Hold on, what if I'm not live and I'm like mentally playing this shit? Oh my gosh. Because yeah, I had alcohol chat, so like, you know, like everyone else chat, you know, so. Hey, I manage a chat. I do not depend on it. One of the things I want to mention. One thing I want to mention. Oh, Synchronous, my mic is unmuted, and Synchronous, like, you know. And yeah, Emmanuel, my boy, is gonna hop on. He's just been busy, man. I respect it, you know. Gotta work, you know, gotta do shit. But I mean, he's at a cousin's party. I want to do if it's a birthday party, whatever. I'll see. He's gonna surprise me. Watch. And I mentioned to him, bro, if you're not able to have all that shit on the PS4 version, on the GT5 online's all good. But yeah, yo, let's go, Jack. How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of me playing Fortnite with subs only, or doing a solo, meaning like if anybody's not willing to play with me, it could easily be my homie, it could be my subs or whoever. I mean, hey, it's Super Bowl. It was a Super Bowl last night, so I don't blame them, you know. Because I'm like, oh, why nobody's on? Because the Super Bowl, obviously. I wasn't questioning, you know. But anyway, chat. Without further ado, let's get started to this shit once and for all. You know, like, you know. Anyway. Oh yeah, about one of the myths I specifically mentioned, chat, like within my recent live stream chat, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, like I specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like within this, or any myth, you know, like within this current live stream chat, like, you know, like within this current live stream chat, you know, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well, with some of my future live streams, obviously, chat, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, anyway. Oh man, like, oh, okay. Anyway, definitely not gonna play OG Fortnite. Definitely gonna consider playing Battle Royale. Let me check the item shop though. But yeah, one of the myths is younger individuals would depend on alcohol when they're older, when they start drinking younger. That is a myth. That is a pure myth. It's more of a choice, or you know, whatever reasons. Like, I don't depend on alcohol. My dad doesn't depend on alcohol. I mean, like, why depend on alcohol, you know? Like, I don't. Like, having 3 shots and 2 beers, that just hypes you up. That's just the momentum, you know? Plenty of people want that feeling. Like, I was playing beer pong, so that's part of the game. You gotta have beer. Well, I had another one because I wanted to see if they all taste similar. Yeah, they taste different, actually. The Corona has more of that flavor compared to that one beer I had. I had like a German beer when I was at my dad and I homie's place. And people are gonna mention, oh, all calls and fuck you. No. Like, bro, my boy Emmanuel say, let's start younger, you know. Fuck yes. That's my nigga, bro. And Trump was bitching about Bad Bunny, like, fuck off, motherfucker. Like, those who support him are gonna realize that it's just fucked, you know. Oh my goodness. I am thank goodness I don't even want to vote for him. I was hoping for Kamala at one point, and I'm like, yeah, fuck her. She is such a cocksucker. I don't mean it literally. She's just ass. Like she had to for real run when there's plenty of girls / women / ladies / females that could have took her place and could have won and changed the country. Well, who knows if they would have? They could. Some could be sexist. You know, well, guys back then were sexist, and that's why girls / women / ladies / females, they have woman rights. Hey, let them vote and all that shit. Oh, they can't vote. Why? Because they think like, oh, that guy is not the right one. Bro, that is so oh, what if they wanted a female to run? Like a girl / woman / lady / female. Okay, so who gives a shit if they do? But if none are running and it's just guys, I'm possibly gonna hope for my daughter at the age of 7. And hear me out. Hear me out. Wow, there's actually plenty of shit I gotta mention before I even mention about all that shit. So yeah, as I specifically mentioned about all my family members, about all the political shit, possibly business shit when I get to that shit as well. In the 7+ shit, like the mentality, the adulting shit, all that shit, you know, the adult, all that shit. You know, as I specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like within my recent live stream chat, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like you know, straight, you know, like I specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like within this current live stream chat, like you know, like within this current live stream chat, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well, about all that shit, you know, and what I could possibly mention about all that shit again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat, you know, like that's what you know. Anyway, it's more of the generation as well. I was gonna mention something about like how there should be younger leaders too. It's more of the generation. Like I'm a Gen Z, and well, other generations above the Gen Z era, they are actually like Gen Zs. They agree with Gen Zs. Well, it depends on the years though, of where the Gen Z is born within. Like me, like how I feel like, oh, depending on alcohol, like if you drink alcohol at a younger age and then you depend on it in the future. No, okay, that is bullshit, and that's possibly a depressing feeling. I mean, I'm gonna test it out and debunk that myth, you know. And I may have to go back to where I left off because I did drink earlier. It's just that buzzing feeling, you know. You're like, ugh, you know. Like I remember, and I got it. It just overall interferes, you know. Like, not so, you know. Anyway. So do I have to go back to where I left off? Possibly. Hold on, let me go back to where I left off. Oh yeah, cause of the, yeah, because yep, I know what I mentioned. Because like the shit I mentioned, an older individual wouldn't think of it, you know. Like okay, here's why I want my daughter to run at the age of 7, like right when she's the age of 7. And I'm gonna mention certain things, so hear me out. When you hear someone out, you don't argue, you don't fight, you don't bitch at them and all that. hear me out, chat. Because, and this is really like bullshit of what people think. They think, and I'm not gonna mention the shit I typically mention, but they think like, so you know how the brain itself is fully formed and fully developed after birth? Like how it forms, like the organ itself forms and then fully developed means like it's already at that, that's what the brain is meant to be. And then fully developed means like it's already functional enough that you're fully mentally mature. Well, your mentality is fully formed, so you're able to function, you know what you're doing. But then like, like 7 years later, it takes quite a while for your mentality to like develop and grow mentally. And then that proves the point that 7+ is the age. I mean, I can even prove it. Anybody can prove it. And then certain myths. Hold on, there's a player here. GG's. That was actually a great play. I know, when you say that, the players can't hear you, but if you don't dance on them, then they'll know you're like, you're not fucking with them. But no, so pretty much when you're 7, you're fully mentally mature, you have full mental maturity, full mental capacity, you're fully independent mentally, like me. You're mentally an adult, obviously, because that's mentally. You can't legalize adulthood or even say you're legally an adult. You can't legalize that. I feel like it should have been legalized. It's very fucked up how other countries go according to what the US did. Because the US created it and other countries want to follow that. Because they're like, oh, the US created it, we should create that too. But different ages. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. And like, oh yeah, and then official adulthood. You're officially that. You officiated it. Mentally, because you've proven mentally. Obviously, Jay, like, don't you know? Anyway. Yo, what's good?
I just finished showering.
That's cool.
Alright, shall we continue?
Just give me a minute. I still have it in my mind, about what we're gonna mention, but, just give me a minute, alright?
Okay. What I want to say is that, like, I'm not trying to, like, judge my friend for not believing in multiverse, but he thinks that how there's only one Earth, but yeah.
Yeah, that's very BS. That's like some type of Christian that it's like a Christianity that shouldn't be part of that. It's like a denomination that shouldn't be part of Christianity, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a lot of Earths out there like ours. Like, ours is the first one, but then there's other ones afterwards. And, like, there is multiverses. And that's why I want to become an astronaut, to, like, prove that to those. Oh, is he, like, an evangelist Christian? Because I'm thinking of some type of Christian that believes in certain things that they think is true, but isn't true when I feel it's true. Like, is he... What type of Christian is he, if you don't necessarily mind me asking?
What is Christian?
Like, what type of denomination of Christianity?
He was born to be a Christian.
No, I'm referring to, like, what denomination?
Union sect.
Huh?
I said Union sect.
Could you, speak a bit louder and, like...
I said Union sect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, chat, my ears are fucked, so... But yeah, chat, like, that just proves, like, you shouldn't legalize it, because if you do, you're putting plenty of restrictions on younger individuals. And I have plenty of restrictions. When you restrict it, it ain't gonna be good for them mentally. and physically, because the body can't
What's your question?
experience it physically, and then mentally, yeah, it's not good. What's that?
What's your question?
What denomination of Christianity is he a part of?
What do you mean denomination?
Like Baptist, Catholicism, those type of those are examples of denominations. Is what I'm referring to.
He goes to Resonate.
Yeah, but like what denomination? Because like
What denomination is Resonate?
no, like his of Christianity is he following? Because I'm like figuring out like why he is thinking like those are myths when they're not. Like that's why I'm like questioning you.
I don't know what denomination he is.
Cause like I was wondering if he's an evangelist Christian, because I was wondering if he's that, because like it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's like those type of Christians that believes like, oh, there's no space, there's no universe, there's no multiverse and all that. That's what I'm like referring to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cause you remember the false preacher I mentioned to you about, Matthew, like how he falsely preached and saying like.
Also, you know, I found out recently from the sermon. So I want to tell you more about the sermon, but a sermon told me about there's 3 gardens when Earth started.
Okay.
So one is called Garden of Eden. The other one was Garden of Infinity, I think. And the third one is called Eternity, I think.
Wait, what's the second one called? You cut out there.
Divinity.
Was this the original plan if Adam and Eve were led towards the tree of life?
Oh no, that's Adam and that's Garden of Eden.
No. I'm saying like were those the original gardens if Adam and Eve ate from the tree of life?
No, the so Adam and Eve was part of Garden of Eden.
No, I know that. I'm saying like the second and third garden, were they the original plan if Satan didn't interfere?
Wait, what is it?
Was the second and third garden the original plan if Satan didn't interfere?
Yeah, that they Satan never interfered the second and third garden.
Do you know what I'm referring to?
What?
Do you know what I'm referring to?
No.
I'm saying if Satan never interfered, would the second and third garden remain like as God Almighty Jesus Christ's original plan?
No, so if Satan never interfered, then in total there's 3 gardens. So Satan never interfered the second or the third.
So are they still here today, or that would occur like once the end time occurs?
The second coming of Jesus.
Got you.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so there's total 3 gardens. I didn't know this, but today, so I can pretty much, I can summarize what happened in the sermon. So today's sermon was about when God seemed silent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much today's sermon is about how we as humans believe that God is silent because he's not helping us. But the truth is, God is helping us. God is healing us during our silence,
Exactly. Like I feel like atheists or those individuals overall, they feel like pretty much those sinful beings, like they think like, oh, you're not helping us, you're never talking to us. But the scripture is biblically clear that the whole point he's not communicating with us like verbally, like with his own voice, is because he has a purpose to why he's not necessarily communicating, and he's communicating through his divine powers or the scripture itself,
Yeah. So now I know why people think God's silent, is because God, because Adam and Eve was the one who brought silence to our world. So if Adam and Eve never brought silence to the world, then God will always hear our prayers. But since Adam and Eve committed sin, now silence has affected the world, and that's why no one can hear what happened to God. And so if Adam and Eve never ate from the tree of good and evil, then there was no sin and there won't be silence.
Well, pretty much Satan, but I know what you're referring to according to what they mentioned.
Yeah.
Because how, like, we discussed about...
You understand what I'm referring to?
Yeah, but, like, what we originally chat about, like, how I mentioned, like, if they're perfect and all that. So pretty much what you're referring to is, like, Satan, pretty much. Because he had the original plan to fumble, like, the whole plan of God Almighty Jesus Christ. Because God, pretty much, he pretty much knew, like, what are the outcomes of the choices.
Yeah.
I mean, he does hear the prayers, but he answers it in certain ways compared to if Satan never interfered and Adam and Eve had towards the tree of life without any interference from Lucifer, a.k.a. Satan, you know?
Yeah. Because today the pastor, I don't know if you know Pastor Nia, he's a Chinese pastor who was hired by, so Pastor Ryan hired Pastor Nia because he wants to hear from a different perspective, as from a Chinese perspective, you know.
Like, yeah, that's cool. So pretty much he so you're saying like the Chinese guy is Buddhist or just in the Chinese culture?
He's Christian.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So you're saying like the Chinese guy is Yeah. No, because that's why Pastor Ryan believed in him and hired him, because how he knows how to spread the gospel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's why Pastor Nia is talking from experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that's why, like, regardless of the culture, like Middle Easterns were originally Islams, and then they realized that Islams are mocking Christians, so that's why people moved to the US to become Christians, you know?
Yeah.
Because like me, like I never want to be, and I'm not gonna talk about like in a political perspective, just like the religious side. Like I wouldn't like be like in Islam because like how they mock Christians. Like Christians can fast, so can Islams, but they change it the way saying like, oh, we're better than, like, so pretty much. And I'm not gonna get into like the political side, but that's why I feel there should be freedom of Christianity than other religions, because other religions are impacting Christianity, you know. Like I get we talked about Buddhism saying like, oh, it's a peaceful religion, it spreads peace, but the truth is they don't worship any god, and Christianity does worship God himself. So that's why like Pastor Ryan hired him despite him being a Chinese, because he believed like this, regardless of where he's from, he would always find his way to God Almighty Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like you.
That's why I believe Pastor Nia was trying to speak from experience.
Exactly. Just like you, just because you're Chinese doesn't mean you're meant to be Buddhist. Like you're meant to be the one who you're meant to be through God Almighty Jesus Christ, you know.
Yeah.
And just because people are African doesn't mean they'll follow like Islam or whatever religion they would follow in like cultural history.
Yeah, makes sense.
But at this moment, instead of shutting down those religions because of all the disasters overall, like once Christian grows more, then it would like decrease those, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned to my therapist about it. Like, if you like heard in my stream, like about like if I were to leave the Middle East, and I was mentioned to her like if she's a Christian or whatever, because I don't want to offend her. That's why I asked my sub if he's Islam, because they'll get very offended, and like she's like no, she's like, I'm a Christian. I'm like, because I mentioned to her like what I would do if I led the Middle East, and she mentioned that she agrees that Christians should spread more there than Islam. So
yeah.
And I'm not gonna mention about the terrorists and all that, because like you mentioned to me before, so you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
But because I learned study history, I feel like that's how 9/11 occurred, because like they wanted to shut down Christians and harm them, you know.
Yeah.
Because originally the U.S. was just a.
It just because I told my friend that I had a conversation about an hour ago. I told him that I wish I can time travel to save Adam and Eve from falling into sin. And then my friend told me, says, dude, you're not supposed to do that. You're not God. But I was like, but I can prevent from like sin coming into the world. But he's like, look, Alan, or like AZ, I understand like you want to save people, but you're not God. I said, I know that, but like,
isn't that same person? Because the way you're describing it.
Yeah, he's the same person.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, I'm doing it because I don't want people to fall into sin, and that everyone believes a second chance, that like we can make a better world. And he's telling me, he says, hey, you can't be like God. You're not God. I said, I'm not God, but like you see all these people are suffering. It's just I can't stand when people are suffering, and I want to save people. Like, don't you want it too? Like you see how the world's corrupted, and then he says, yeah, but we're not God. And he keeps saying, we're not God.
He's pretty much claiming that you're arrogant when you're not. And I'm gonna be honest. Like if I were to mention that to him. Humans were around when Adam and Eve were around. When people say that they're the first humans, that's referring to them being the first ones on Earth, not in heaven. Pretty much the first human in heaven is Jesus himself, God Almighty, Jesus Christ. Because he's a human figure. Because people, they get it wrong. They said God became man. No, instead of saying God became man, you should mention God became visible to the naked eye, to humanity himself, of his own creation. And because I know you're describing it the way like they describe it, like instead of saying like Adam and Eve sinned or they disobeyed, you got. And I'm not saying like you, I'm saying like overall, like people would say Lucifer sinned. His first sin was arrogance, and then he created the same sin again by disobeying the Lord, his Father, God Almighty Jesus Christ, and making Adam and Eve spiritually unconscious, where they have no control of like to escape that zone of the tree knowledge of good and evil. And if it wasn't for that to be in that zone, because Satan is powerful, but not powerful like God Almighty Jesus Christ. But because like if it wasn't for Lucifer, Adam and Eve could have head toward the tree of life and say, wow, this Lord has prepared this for us. And the reason why they can't eat from the tree of life, okay, the reason why they left the Garden of Eden, not because they disobeyed, but because if they ate from the tree of life, sin would be eternal and there would be no ending. That's how Lucifer would have won. And God knew Adam and Eve leave the Garden of Eden. If he ate from the tree of life, it's not gonna be all good and peace. It would pretty much be like eternal sin. So pretty much he wanted to prevent them from that. And if they ate the tree of life and not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, then it would have been a different story, you know.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much why if we found the real Bible and we preached it, people would be like, wow. So apparently the Bible was rewritten by certain cultural individuals, you know.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Which I feel like the people in the Middle East did. That's just like what I would theorize. Like I feel like the people in the Middle East pretty much like rewrote it because of Satan pretty much. Satan led that, you know. And God Almighty Jesus Christ knew his words will be twisted, you know. Where it's rewritten to where people would blame Adam and Eve, or people would blame Jesus for plenty of things, you know.
Yeah.
Like you know, this world is corrupted, you know.
Makes sense.
Like I witnessed how the Super Bowl, the other team, they would like feel humble and be like, you know what, you should win. Just because we have a lot of Super Bowl wins doesn't mean you shouldn't have that much, you know. Like imagine a moment where all teams have plenty of Super Bowl wins, you know.
Yeah.
Like hoping for the future where, like, it's not like back then where NFL teams used to be like arrogant and like they wouldn't let that team win, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I noticed how plenty of NFL teams they're thanking like the Lord God Almighty Jesus Christ for this moment, you know. Like see, like it's facts, you know. Christianity is the #1 religion, you know. Like I feel like atheism is now rare. Like instead of like banning it, there's no need to. Like God is preventing it, you know. Like I witnessed how atheism is like so rare. Like you wouldn't see. Like even Christians can like not believe in God. So there could be like a mix of it, and then potentially, I bet the next decade there could be plenty of Christians, you know.
Yeah.
Like no other religion. Imagine Christian is like the center of this world, you know. So I feel like that's why, and I'm not gonna speak in like political perspective like you mentioned to me before, but I feel like that's why like overall our country is corrupted in terms of like how Christianity is not the center of religion, because they think like if it was, then people would think it's abusing power. Like it's not abusing it. Like I feel like if God Almighty Jesus Christ were here, or if he can like, if Satan were like more weak spiritually, God Almighty Jesus Christ will mention like it's not abusing the power, it's leading people towards my religion, pretty much like his religion, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm currently level 85, so 5 levels to go.
Wait, what?
I'm currently level 80.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, appreciate
You
it.
get to level 85?
Yeah, so we can. So, I'm pretty much preparing for the roleplay overall for Wednesday.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna overall chat with my viewers. Anything you want to add, or like anything you want to chat about?
Give me a second. I'm on a boss battle for Genshin.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna actually chat with my viewers. Just be sure to let me know once you're able to you know.
No, I have something to add, but just give me a sec.
No, I'm gonna chat with my viewers, but once you're like willing to add something, then like you know I'll mute myself once you're wanting to add something. Anyway, chat. But yeah, like overall, chat. That's just you know mentality, you know. But yeah, he doesn't want to chat about politics because he mentioned it to me. But he doesn't want me to mention it on live. But he mentioned to me like the reason, like why he like mentioned it. But yeah, freedom of religion, chat. It's not freedom. It's false freedom. Pretty much Lucifer saying follow whatever, worship any. Like no, come on. I don't want to be a Buddhist. I don't want to be any of that. Nah. Just because it's historical, and because we're in this century, so it's like history is still like early, but it's not necessarily. Like you still think we're in the early stages of history. It seems like it because like people still think that dinosaurs got killed by an asteroid. It's still that thing. No, it's gonna change potentially. It's not gonna always remain like that. You know, it's gonna potentially it's gonna prove that like oh it's the flood. Well yeah, come on man, like for real. And yeah, AZ was mentioning like, oh, Adam Eve's. No, they didn't. But he was just mentioning too what they mentioned. Like, come on, they didn't. Lucifer is the original one who led that. You really think Adam Eve would probably be like that. No, the Holy Bible is rewritten, you know. And I do have a Bible with me, and it is the same. I only have it if I want to read to you all. That's what I got for Christmas. So I'm going to read it to you all, and if it's exactly the same, I'm just going to mention... It's the same Bible, but I don't want to mention it to my parents because they're going to be like, "But we got you this for Christmas." Well, I know that. I still have it with me. I didn't burn it. I would never know because, you know, there's certain things that are true. You don't want to burn it, you know. If it was all false, then who knows if you could burn it. But because it is the Holy Bible, then that would lead people to like wanting to burn the actual Bible. So don't do it. In Islam, the Quran, possibly you could because it's like a whole different like religious text, but it's religious. Even God Almighty Jesus Christ mentioned, without religion, you're still with me, pretty much him, you know. But like, so yeah, pretty much but yeah, like, I feel like, but yeah, Christianity is a religion that we could follow, but don't go according to the traditions and, like, cultural things. Like, I don't follow denominations. I mean, you could, it just depends if it actually aligns with Christianity, you know, like, you know. But yeah, but the mentality thing, that's why I feel like there's no legalization towards, like, adulting and shit. Because Farhan, he's like, mentioned to Godzilla, oh, once you're an adult someday, you'll realize what it's like to be busy. Okay, actually, he does, that's one thing, and two, you're mentally dead. There's no specific chronological age to like witness that. What if you work at like 16 or 14 or 13 or 11, which are obviously those typical ages, due to physicality, not mentality, just physicality. I mean, there is some jobs out there that involves mentality. Like to be a teacher, it's all mentality. I mean, you never know. Not all individuals who are 7 are short. Because people are going to go according to height discrimination. No, it's all about mentality. I feel like teachers' mentality, they just don't allow it. They just want older individuals. They think like you get more experience when you're... No. I'm like 21. Hello there, I'm 21. I could be a teacher at 22. Well, you could, actually, because if you were in college at 18 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, you could. But you don't have to go according to the typical curriculum. Just like to be a president, you don't have to wait until you're 35. And yes, I have to be an astronaut in my 30s, but I don't have to, so I could be one in my 20s. When I say like yes in my 30s, I mean like, oh yes, I'm gonna be an astronaut in my 30s because like if my space agency takes so long, I can just take over SpaceX. I don't have to wait for Elon Musk to die, because then Angel's like, yeah man, you don't want to wait until he dies. Just like, there's a chance that you can become part of SpaceX, and I do know, yes, he typically mentions you never know, but I do know that can be a part of SpaceX. There is a chance of an opportunity that can be a part of SpaceX. Elon is just not the one. And yeah, as I specifically mentioned about Elon Musk, Godzilla, just me being an astronaut, all that shit, chat. As I specifically mentioned about all that shit, the biblical shit, you know. Like what I chat about, was that easy or just over, you know, like, you know, like I specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like what's my recent live stream chat, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like I'm not saying, you know, like I specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like within this current live stream chat, like, you know, like within this current live stream chat, you know, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well, about all that shit, and what I could possibly mention about that, all that shit, you know, again as well, with my future live streams, obviously, chat, you know, like I'm saying, you know. You know, like that's what you know. Anyway. But yeah, like, fuck that bitch. But yeah, Elon, I do not like him. Okay. Like I don't like him. You know. Hold up. Yo, it's good.
I finished the boss battle, so I can add my thoughts.
Yeah, for sure, mate. That's cool.
Yeah. So I believe what Pastor Nia was saying, and I truly believe that, you know, God gave us this, you know, power of healing and to save us from being sinful.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't understand why my friend thinks that, like, how I'm arrogant of needs to save the world.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like you can like go back in time, but that doesn't mean it's actually gonna solve reality to where all things will change, where everybody's younger or all young physically, have no clothing, eating healthy food, all that. Like it's not gonna be like that, but you can witness what it's like. So he didn't question. That would be cool. Like I want to see what that would be like, because you're pretty much. Like, that would be if God Almighty Jesus Christ did send humanity. Like, what if there was humans in God of Eden, and then Adam and Eve are like the testers? Like, we're pretty much, like, they're testing Adam and Eve to see if they're gonna head within that trap where Lucifer is luring them towards, or whether they're gonna head towards the tree of life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who knows? What if the actual Bible says other humans are in the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve are the main ones to be tested and be isolated from others, you know, but one of the humans could have prevented them. Like, what if all humans are shouting, Adam and Eve, you're going to be trapped, you're going to be spiritually unconscious, Lucifer is going to be taking mind control, you know, it's Satan. Like what if everybody's shouting for a name, you know, like, you know? Like, I feel like he should have a mindset, like, no offense, like instead of saying, oh, you're not God Almighty Jesus Christ, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's the one being arrogant and ignorant, you know?
Yeah. He should not call me arrogant.
Exactly. What, he actually did?
No, he did not, but, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, because he assumed that you are, the way he, like, described it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently people are being toxic on Fortnite, like knocking my builds like when I'm like building. Yeah, apparently people are being toxic on Fortnite, like when I'm like building. Like I like how Darman
What?
I like how Darman, he has like a heart, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, like even though, like despite him being Indian, he's still a Christian, you know? Like potentially there would be freedom of Christianity and no other religion. Like I would like to hear that, like just Christianity, you know? Like, chat, would you want to hear that instead of people be like, oh, you're forcing me, you're forcing conversion? Like, no, Christianity is the main religion. Like, I feel like that's why people head to the US as well. See, envy is what led to 9/11. Just realize that, chat. Realize that. That's envy. Arrogance. Wrath. Combine those three sins and the main one's envy because, you know,
Yeah.
comparing religion, chat, is actually a sin because you're pretty much saying that Christianity is weak and you're thinking other religions better. No. Think again, Christianity is the #1 religion. Not Hinduism, that's in this fallen world. The #1 religion is Christianity. And apparently the Tox player just eliminated me. Very BS of him. So, him or her, chat. But overall, yeah, chat, Christianity is the #1 religion. Within God Almighty Jesus Christ, like circle, pretty much like Christianity has always existed and other religions were created because of sin. Through Satan, chat. So pretty much he created Satanism, God Almighty Jesus Christ created Christianity. Because it has the word Christ in it, that's why it's called Christianity. It's like, you gotta study this, chat. Wait, what's that?
I said it makes sense.
But anyway, hold on, let me mention other things to my viewers real quick.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, it was good.
Can I watch your stream while you want to call with me?
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute myself and mention other things.
What?
I'm gonna mute myself and mention other things, and because you're gonna watch my stream, I don't want to echo too, so.
Okay.
Alright, so.
You don't want echo, right?
What's that?
You don't want echo?
Yeah. But if I mute myself, it wouldn't like echo.
Wait, what is it?
If I mute myself, it wouldn't be echo. Or it wouldn't echo.
Okay. Have you seen the Super Bowl? What do you think?
Yeah, that's the whole point. I was busy Sunday my time. Wait, hold up. Okay, yeah. Yesterday pretty much. It was great. Yeah, I definitely played beer pong.
Yeah.
Darts, cause they have my dad and I homie over there.
You went to you're at your dad's house, right?
No, my mom's played. So pretty much you can type it as long as you want in the chat because I'm on the PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, when I'm on the PS5 and you chat, I'll be sure to like let you know what's it called, like what I'm referring to by like how you have to shorten the chat. Like I'll send like a screenshot, or not screenshot, take like a pic and send it on Discord. You know. But yeah, overall Super Bowl was great. But yeah, chat, like that's just, you know, pure mentality, you know.
100 years.
Because people.
What happened 100 years ago?
What's in 1926?
What?
What's in 1926?
Yes.
What exactly occurred during that time?
Disney becomes 100 years old.
This what?
Disney.
Oh yeah, that's when Disney was created.
Yeah.
Are you referring to the person Walt Disney, or like the Disney like that was created?
The whole company.
Yeah. Very OG.
Marvel Rivals.
But yeah, I'm gonna mute myself like I mentioned, so just FYI.
Okay. I'm gonna watch your stream, okay?
Yeah, for sure. But before you watch my stream, you don't care about what I chat about with my viewers, right? Because it's not like
Here.
okay, because it's not directly towards you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because if you hear anything political, then you know. So.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway. But yeah, anyway. Earlier when I like mentioned about that, that's why I feel like there shouldn't be legalization towards adulthood and all that. Like it's just mentality, you know. Like people could be adulting before the age of majority law, you know. Which I feel like the age of majority shouldn't even be a thing either. It should just be more of like mentality, like that's, I feel like that's what political science is, where you study it and then like it explains like how scientifically, like, you know, younger people could be leaders and it just never occurs. Like, what if I studied that political science and the U.S. government is just very arrogant, which obviously they are, you know. Chat. Ooh, 4 more levels away. Because because apparently AZ and I are gonna consider doing the battle. What's in the rope? Very toxic the way. Wow. Very toxic. Yeah, I'm gonna play OG Fortnite because I'm still able to like level up and all that shit. Wow. Still able to like level up and all that shit. Okay, yeah. So if I were like a leader this year, it's obviously gonna be this year. Like, yeah, I'll change plenty of shit, you know, like lower all of the age limits, but ensuring it's perfect for society, and you already know all the details. So, well, that's one of the main ones, you know. Excuse me, chat. It's a lot of food I had there. Well, I didn't have much because you don't want to overindulge. I'm possibly gonna sleep at like 4 something. 4 something? Yeah, might as well. 4 something. 4:30. Cause last time it was very like late. Yo, I was gonna AZ, how you feeling, brother? Yep. Yeah, you definitely are. It's the same guy. The one I'm gonna call was chat. That's AZ, chat. That's why when I mentioned my homie, that's why when I mentioned like Asian homie chat, then you know. What to my homie? But yeah, you know. But yeah, I didn't mention Elon Musk or well. I didn't mention like about like recent live stream type shit, you know, about Elon Musk and of like just Angel overall, like what he mentioned, all that shit. Like, you know, like I specifically mentioned about Elon Musk and Angel and just all this shit I specifically mentioned chat, you know, or just, you know, what Angel mentioned or typically mentioned chat. Like, you know how he mentions you never know. Well, I do know that would be part of SpaceX pretty much. But yeah, like I specifically mentioned about all that shit, you know, or just about Elon Musk and Angel and all that shit, you know. Like within my recent live stream chat, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like I'm not saying, you know, like within this current live stream chat, like, you know, like within this current live stream chat. And what I could possibly mention about that shit, especially about Elon Musk and Angel and just whatever shit about, you know, about whatever shit, you know, like and yeah, what I could possibly mention about all that shit, you know, again as well within my future live streams, obviously chat, you know, like another shit, you know. Anyway. Oh, I'm doing great and feeling blessed. And how about you? I figured you'd be good, obviously. Are you referring that to me, or are you mentioning someone's text? Excuse me! One of the rules that I'm gonna add to Fortnite is now no killing when I don't have a weapon. God, like, don't you have manner? Thank you. I was gonna mention goddamn. That means God Almighty Jesus Christ will damn this. I feel like that's what people are confused about. They think that's taking Lord's name in vain. No, it does not mean that. Watch a person to come in while I'm healing. Man, fuck you, Tim Sweeney. I'm not saying it towards you in general, just your behaviors, your sinful behaviors. So don't. Yeah, I get it, AZ. I explain like what's the difference between offense and not offense. But there's a difference between when people use that. But don't worry, I'm not actually referring to him overall. I'm just saying like behavior-wise. Hold on, let me see what you mentioned, AZ. You mean like a PC? Yeah, I could potentially buy a PC when I get my own place. Possibly when I get my apartment, or once I have my mega mansion built. Possibly my apartment. Or I can like buy like a house I can find in Shelby for now, and then like have my own mega mansion. And yes, you could build in Shelby Township, Michigan. And yes, that is a city, like a town, pretty much a town, because it's not like a huge city like Detroit. It's within Detroit, pretty much. You know, so. But yeah, Elon Musk, I do not like him, so I don't. He's a Trump supporter, and two, he's just an ass overall. Oh, Wednesday. Wednesday, man, Wednesday. I want to actually consider doing it specifically on Wednesday. Man. I get we did it on Tuesday. It was perfect. I love it. But we got to do it on Wednesday, man, because Because the ideas we mentioned. So any ideas we mentioned, I'll just add it to my notes so that on Wednesday, if you do forget, we would like you would know. I would know, but like you would know pretty much if I like mentioned to you. Wait, the Super Bowl was great. Did you witness the halftime show, AZ? I wish I was in the halftime. Like, you know, you're an NFL player, but then you can jump in and like, that'd be cool. But possibly when I don't have my contract, cause like, who knows? I mean, if they can allow it, like I'm an NFL player, I'm in there, and I switch gears. Yeah, possibly you have to do. Possibly you can't. Possibly you have to not have your contract, and then like you want to be like, you know, I'm gonna take a break, and then you know, or continue if you want to continue, but then you're like doing it for a halftime, so who knows? Possibly it is possible. They would just have to set up this specifically for you. So I feel like it is possible. Whatever you can do, anything's possible, and people do not. Majority of humanity, they do not take that quote seriously. As long if it's not past 12. Because we have done a couple or a few. As long if it's not past 12. Midnight role plays. I mean, I don't mind at certain times, but then like, you know what? We gotta go according to the schedule. Midnight role plays. I mean, I don't mind. Hope you understand, AZ. Like, you know, I want to go according to the schedule and like, you know. Okay, hold on. Let me check the chats. 12:16 for you. Like I had like alcohol earlier, chat, and I'm still feeling it in my mind. You don't like feel it in your body. But it's more like the feeling. You're not drunk or buzzed. Hey, don't get drunk though. That is fucked up and a sin. But buzzed is aight. Or it depends on like when you're drunk. Like if you're not doing anything, you know. But I would say buzzed is aight, but don't get drunk. You know. Be righteous. Remain righteous. But I would say buzzed is aight, but don't get drunk. Yeah, it definitely is. Monday for yeah. So you know what that means. I have to watch my WWE later today. So if you do call me around 8 my time, I won't be able to answer. Plus I'll be in the call with my homie, so I would recommend don't call during that time. I'm just gonna remind you so you don't call me at during the wrong time. You possibly did call me when I was at the Super Bowl. No, actually no, you didn't. You're busy. So you didn't. That was Caleb. He called me, chat. But yeah, as I specifically mentioned about Tim Sweeney and Caleb, because I did mention Caleb's name. But yeah, as I specifically mentioned about Tim Sweeney, like when I mentioned, like what I mentioned towards him, you know, as I specifically mentioned about him and Caleb and all that shit, you know, as I specifically mentioned about them, you know, like what's my recent license chat, what I just specifically mentioned about them, like, you know, like I'm not saying, you know, like within this current license chat, like, you know, like within this current license chat, and what I could possibly mention about them again as well. Yeah, and what I could possibly mention about them again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat, you know, like you know, chat, you know. Anyway, there's multiple meanings why people yawn. I never get tired, even if I have alcohol. Hey, younger people can have alcohol, you know. Hey, younger people can have It's from 11 and beyond. Rare at 11 though, because people are like, you're not a teenager, you're a kid. Oh, excuse me. Have you not studied science? When you're temporarily, physically a kid / child / children within your mortal body, you're within your kid phase. But when you're temporarily, physically an adolescent within your mortal bodies, yeah, when you're temporarily, physically an adolescent, like within the mortal bodies, you're within the preteen phase, teen phase, prime adolescent phase, and beyond. Like I'm within my prime adolescent phase. 20 to 29 is when it is how it occurs and how it ends. It's more of how long you live for, not the aging and all that shit. But typically, it's more like you're starting to age and all that. So like if I look like this in my 30s, I wouldn't care when I start becoming an astronaut, because I can prove to you all that I would know how to become an astronaut. So, because people would think like, oh, when you're in your 30s, you're a rookie. I mean, yeah, but it's more of the mental experience, not the time you start. So you gotta learn about the physicality, the mentality, and the timeline, whether generational wise or just the timeline itself. So there's plenty of things you gotta learn when it comes to science and all that shit. Your chat, you mean? Oh, you did call me? No, you didn't. I feel like you didn't call me when I was at the Super Bowl party. Oh, you did call me? No, you didn't. I feel like you didn't. No, you're good. You're good. Hold on. Let me check my recent calls. 9:40. Oh, yeah, you did. Like before I had to head. You're good, AZ. Actually, you're good. You're good. You possibly thought I was just watching the Super Bowl like by myself. No, I was. So every year I would have a party, and who knows if it's gonna be like that? You know, it should though. It should. Like possibly like if I was in Miami, Florida, I would travel there. If I was a football player, then I'll be in the Super Bowl. But if I'm not in the Super Bowl, then I'll go to the party and say, I'm not in the Super Bowl, but I get to see what other teams can do. Because we gotta ensure that all teams can win. I like it. I like how the NFL teams, they like to humble themselves. They're like, you know what, we gotta let that team win. But then they get pissed and all that. Just because they want to get in the Super Bowl. But when you win the Super Bowl, they don't get pissed. Like, excuse me, it's just an NFL game. It's not the end of the world. People still have end of the world scenario. Like, come on, bro. It's in thousands of years. Have you not read the Bible where it mentions 1,000 years is like a day, and a day is like 1,000 years? So pretty much, once it's like a day, in that sense of like how you mentally calculate it, it's like, wow, it's been a day. Or excuse me, it feels like a day and the world just ended. That's what it pretty much means. Hey, it's 1,000 years. But majority of humanity, what they don't know, chat, majority of humanity does not necessarily know when the world is gonna end. Because but me, I do know. But how majority of humanity are sinful, but me. Simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being, you know. Like that's what you know. But just, you know, like I'm not saying, you know. Anyway. Yes, I'm looking at the chat, man. Like I'm at. Oh, on PS4, I'm not able to see it. It doesn't occur on the screen. I feel like that's why you mentioned like if I saw the chat. Well, even if I'm at my desk place, you do. Like, yeah, I'm looking at the chat, man. But hey, you're blessed out, not like those other streamers where they're like, oh, stop being desperate to like for me to look at the chat. Like, obviously you're not. But yeah, I am looking at the chat, man. Like, is it rare to be righteous? I hope not. But yeah, as I specifically mentioned about myself being righteous and just whatever shit I specifically mentioned chat, you know, like I specifically mentioned about all that shit, you know, like within my recent live stream chat. What I just specifically mentioned about that shit, you know, like you know, like you know, like within this current live stream chat, like you know, like within this current live stream chat, you know, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams, obviously chat, you know, like you know, anyway. But yeah, you know, like you know, but yeah, again, chat, for real though, you know, majority of humanity, you know, majority of humanity are sinful, but me, simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being, you know, like that's what you know, but you know, like that's what you know, anyway. Oops. Hold on, look at the chat quite a bit, AZ. If I rest in peace, it's all good. Another way of letting the other player win. 7th place, okay. Are they all within Genshin Impact, or who are you, or what are you specifically referring to? Here, I'm gonna eat, or excuse me, have a snack. How about these M&Ms, but I gotta ensure the date is accurate. August 2026? God damn! August 2026? Jeez! Possibly, I mean, I never play that game. Might as well have a snack. I don't care. Even if I ate there, it's all digested. I digested all of it. But yeah, you know, majority of humanity are sinful, but me, simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being. You know, like that's what you know. Anyway. I was gonna say, why does it have that minty flavor? But yeah, you know, majority of humanity are sinful, but me, simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being, you know. Just overall, you know, like that's what you know. Anyway, let me see what AZ mentioned in the chat. Yeah, sure thing. Oh, like right now? You want to join like right now? Okay, when I'm on level 85, I'm gonna hop off and just do whatever, you know, just chill. Or play director mode. I'm playing. We'll see. I'm gonna play a match though, so. Yeah, sure thing. One M&M's on the floor. Oh. My bad, chat. I was thinking about something personal. Real quick, my bad. Whew.
Hey, Mike.
My bad, chat. Yo, what's good, AZ? Or Hydro. What's good?
Did you see my comment?
Your chat, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Can I join you?
Yeah, you could join me.
Okay.
But once I'm on level 85, then yeah, I'm gonna hop off.
Oh, why?
Just to like watch whatever video is on YouTube.
Oh. Did you see the storyline for Chapter 7?
Storyline?
What? Did you see the Chapter 7 storyline?
Which storyline exactly?
The Top 5 Gaming.
No, I haven't.
Oh. What about the Raging Reaper?
No, I haven't.
Oh. What did you tell your viewers about?
Just to like about whatever, you know.
Oh. Is it too late for you?
No, I'm just saying like when I'm level 85, or do you want to like play like the day we play?
Oh.
Like when we do the role play.
Actually, I want to join you, but I can't because I have work tomorrow because of the internship.
Okay.
Yeah. But maybe on Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure.
What time do you want to role play?
Possibly like 10 o'clock, my time, EST.
Remember what I told you that how I have to go to work on Wednesday?
What time?
10 o'clock. I go to work around 10.
Oh, do you have a night shift?
Like on 10 a.m.
Oh, okay.
to work.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it 10 p.m. right or 10 a.m.?
10 p.m. The role play.
Okay. For Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a night shift. I have.
No. I was wondering if you're referring to a PM or AM. You know.
Oh, because I have to on Wednesday. I have to go to work around 10 a.m. and then I should be back home around like 3 or 4.
Oh, then that's perfect then.
Yeah, I don't know. Depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes the train delays and I can't control it.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, you know who controls the train? It's not the conductor, but it's AI.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes the AI doesn't listen to people because sometimes there are a lot of people at the station and the AI for the train just drives by or yeah.
But you do realize AIs are meant to be righteous and humans are the reason that they're making AIs sinful.
Yeah.
It's very ridiculous. Like if I were to create all AIs, I would make them righteous and go according to my way, but through God and my Jesus Christ, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned. Yeah, actually, I mentioned to my viewers like how I want to take over SpaceX because of I don't like how I don't like Elon Musk overall, like politically and just personally.
Oh really?
Yeah, just like. Cause he mentioned he wants to nuke Mars, and like that's a sin. You can't nuke Mars. Like God created it. Like it wasn't always like red. It used to be green. Very ancient human civilization were on there. Like I feel like Elon Musk. He's very egotistical.
Yeah.
That. cause I want to be like an astronaut like when I'm 22 or 23. Like I feel like Elon Musk.
Yeah, where's Elon Musk?
He's possibly in Texas or something.
Yeah.
Cause isn't SpaceX located within Texas?
What?
Isn't SpaceX located within Texas or California?
Isn't SpaceX? No, I don't know.
Hmm.
Isn't SpaceX located within Texas? California? Are you gonna get the Dark Voyager skin?
Yeah, eventually.
Oh. Is there any story quests?
Um.
Can you check for me? Yeah, eventually.
Huh?
Can you check for me? Huh?
Are you referring to this or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What does it say?
Which week do you want me to go on?
Are you referring to this or? No. Yeah, it's a lot.
Hold up, story. The breakpoint. So apparently it mentions Bigfoot or Human Bill. Like it wants me to like tag Karina's favor.
Why do you need a tag?
Wait, I'm quite curious. Is there another member of the Seven, or who's that Seven member?
Karina's favor. Order.
Oh, that's the IO, or her name is Order.
Member of the Seven, or? Oh no, that's one of the Seven's names.
Oh, the twins.
Yeah. Oh, that's the IO.
Yeah, it's interesting how they disobeyed their own or not disobeyed, betrayed their own father.
Oh, the twins. Yeah.
For good reason, I would figured.
Yeah, interesting how they disobeyed their own or not disobeyed, betrayed their own father. For good reason, I would.
But I feel like he's not ageless at the moment, Geno.
Yeah.
I feel like he was cursed or something.
But I feel like
Imagine Midas cursed him because Midas used to be part of his team.
I feel like he was cursed or something. Hey, Mike.
Was good.
What time can I call you tomorrow or later today?
I would say any time before 8 o'clock.
Okay. Cause I gotta head to bed because I have to go to work tomorrow.
But if I don't answer, that's because I'm gonna call my homie on Snap.
Okay. Then that works. I have to head to bed because I have to go to work early.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Alright, have a good night.
Yeah, you as well.
Alright, have fun. Bye-bye.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Alright, have a good night. Yeah, you as well.
Bro, it's M&M's though. Also, they brought the story back. Yeah, fuck you, Tim Sweeney. The team's gonna disobey you for real, for real. But yeah, cause I did earlier. Oh yeah, anyway, you know. Again, chat, for real though, you know, majority of humanity are, you know, majority of humanity are sinful, but me, simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being. I filled my water bottle. So I pretty much got the water from my dad's place. I can just taste that. Not taste it. Feel that temperature of that water. Even though I hate the cold temperature, you know. But yeah, my Yeah, Stepmom mentioned to me if I still chat with my homie, or AZ, and I mentioned, yeah, I do. It's interesting how, hold up. It's interesting how I haven't streamed all Sunday because of the Super Bowl, and nobody unsubbed because of the Super Bowl. Oh my gosh. And I got 34 views on it. That's very cool. And I got 8 views last live stream. Wow. And after this, I'm just gonna. So if I hop on GTA, I'll possibly just not be streaming. I'll be playing direct mode, just being quiet. Not because of my mom. Hell no. Not because of my mom. No. No. You know. When I have kids, they are never gonna sleep. You know? Like, they are not gonna sleep, chat. They're gonna be awake all night. Well, all day and all night. All day and all night. Because pretty much you can sleep within the middle of the day, or afternoon, or evening. See, I don't sleep. I only sleep when I dream. Or if there's a reason. Yeah, I just never get tired. Never. But yeah, I do sleep. Hey, it ain't bad to not sleep. It just depends on the individual. But what if, like, my eyes were, like, red? That's bloodshot. So if the person actually gets tired, then you can notice a difference. And I was watching one of the Darman videos, and you know that individual that plays at the Karen? She's actually very cool. I love the actress. Catherine, her name is? You know that what? It's a different Catherine, don't worry. Y'all know. The one who plays as that Karen. Which I gotta see her more in the video. It's very cool. She is like, especially that she's a Christian. She worships the Lord God Almighty Jesus Christ. I gotta put that respect in her name. But for real though, so you know the one that plays Karen? She's like mentioning to the one Devin. The one that plays as Frank the Prankster. And yeah, they're actually continuing with the storyline. I feel like that's why Darman would focus on that and then bring that Devin back where he's so emotional and all that. Like in a dark place. You remember that one who played as a therapist? That is the video I'm referring to. What the fuck? Oh, you are on some bullshit, Epic Games. Tim Sweeney. Not just a team of Epic Games. Tim Sweeney. Tim Sweeney himself. Oh my gosh. Can I be the CEO of Epic Games someday and chairman? That would make my day. I'll be like so joyful. I can do whatever. That would be cool. People think that it's very challenging to be a CEO when it's not. Or even hard. There's a difference between challenging and hard. Like, I was playing beer pong, well, last night. I was playing it last night. Oh my gosh, I'm like badass at it. Last year I was, but hey. Just, it's all about that accuracy, you know? You already know. What you know is what you know. You know? But yeah, about the political shit, yeah, 7+, yeah, yes, like, you can prove it. But yeah, to be an astronaut should be 11+. There's no age limit, but what's strict about it is the college shit. Like how you have to go to college and then pretty much in your 20s on that. There is a way where you could graduate from high school at a younger age. What did I throw? That's perfect, actually. I would not mind showing that, actually. I was like, oh, what did I throw? But it's the Hume. I ate a lot and I'm still eating. Hey, I mean, if you have a fast metabolism, what would you prefer? Slow or fast? Hey, come on, fast. Yeah, I mean, you know me. You actually build more muscles too. But hey, those was the slower ones. A. Yeah, it's gotta be slow. Where you get obese and shit. A. I put respect in the name because you can still be strong. The muscle is deeper than that fat. Don't let people judge you. I mean, I don't really judge anybody that's fat. I actually laugh at it, but not to bully them. You know? Like, pretty much characters in games. But if it's in real life, I'd be like, hey, I don't care if you're fat. Like, you're in your mortal body. Majority of humanity aren't perfect. But me, I'm pure perfect. So, just like how majority of humanity are sinful, but me, simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being, you know, like no straight, you know. Anyway, but anyway, yeah. I would look forward to taking over SpaceX. Like, or we wouldn't even focus on Mars. We would focus on Venus. Well, I could send humans to Mars. Like, send the astronauts to Mars. So, like, hey, you know, manage Mars, you know. I mean, hey, manage Mars, you know. And I have my therapy session tomorrow, so y'all know what that means. I'm gonna be streaming. Excuse me. I'm gonna be streaming. And y'all want to know something? When I'm streaming, excuse me, did I say streaming? Hold on, I gotta go back to where I left off. Hi. GG's. Can you build around yourself? Whoa, hold on. I mean, I don't want to destroy any of it. I'm gonna go back to where I left off, because then, you know, don't destroy it like that, you know? You didn't waste any wood for a reason if you did that shit. I would look forward to taking over SpaceX. Like, we wouldn't even focus on Mars. We would focus on Venus. Well, I could send humans to Mars. Like, send the astronauts to Mars. So, like, hey, you know, manage Mars, you know. I mean, hey, manage Mars, you know. I have my therapy session tomorrow, so y'all know what that means. I'm gonna be streaming. Excuse me. I'm gonna be streaming. Oh. Yeah, when I'm streaming, I was referring to that. I was like, why am I mentioning streaming? Like, where does streaming occur from? Like, I was referring to, like, Mars. But then I mentioned about the therapy session. So yeah, when I'm streaming, AZ better not be like, hey, confidential information. Okay. What if God of my Jesus Christ wants people to reveal those information, but be aware? Like, I can manage it. I get it. Majority of humanity are sinful, but hey, I know what I'm mentioning. I would possibly put my phone towards my face, having to mute my mic, and then unmute afterwards. But I would know what she's gonna mention, so. And then we're gonna do these techniques. I do not like those techniques my therapist mentioned. Like, she wanted me to do the deep breathing, and she wanted me to put on my phone for like 1 minute. Hey, I mean, any therapist I see, I do not like. Okay, she's chilling, but just certain things. Well, I would say she's better compared to my other therapist, so I'm gonna remain with her because, hey, once you develop deeper relationships, then you can mention like certain things you do. And she is an intern, so hey, I gotta take it easy on her, you know. She doesn't have her certificate where she's like, hey, I'm a therapist, I'm a professional. Like, what if she has that, you know? But she is an intern, so I'm quite curious. And until April, damn, is that when she graduates? I feel like college is not the June graduation then. Oh, I'm gonna die. 2 HP. Ooh, mamma mia, I'm gonna die. Yep. Fuck you. GG's though, I'm playing. Just pissed, you know, I got released yet. But yeah, like, whatever she mentions, like, I would, you know, mute or unmute. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna prepare before I start so I can, like, be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at myself. Keep a look at her. Keep my eye on her because I don't want her to be like, what are you looking away at for? You know? Because I don't want her to be like suspicious. Why you gotta specify that I'm like doing something, or suspect that I'm doing something? You know? Why do people suspect things? Now the biggest party we gotta wait for is 4th of July. Oh my gosh. After Super Bowl, you're like 5 minutes later. Or excuse me, that's a 5 minutes later. 5 months later, it's 4th of July. I mean, it doesn't even last that long, so. Are you all looking for 4th of July? Are you all looking for 4th of July? I am. But you remember how I chatted about before, like, less freedom in this country? Oh boy, even when it's 4th of July again, still less freedom. Especially Trump bitching about Bad Bunny. Well, fuck you, Trump. Go suck a cock. Fucking motherfucker. I would love to bitch towards his face. And yes, he is old, so he's gonna be a stuttering dimension guy. Like, he has a dementia. I can notice. Actually, I don't notice. I can witness it. I got eyes. Y'all know God of my Jesus Christ gave me eyes. Come on. Like, he gave me eyes for a reason, so. But yeah, I promise you all that I would play Fortnite solo and then chatting about all the lovely shit. But yeah, anyway. After the M&M, I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm hoping, like, I don't have to be like, oh, I want some snacks, you know. Some from watching the video, I'll be like, I'm just gonna enjoy it. But I like the snacks at my dad's place because there's Takis and shit. Takis de loca. Come on. I love Takis, or excuse me, that's I love. I like Takis, but hey, it's unhealthy. It's not gonna last forever. It's temporarily. There's plenty at the store too. Yeah, y'all gotta like suggest some things when I get my own apartment. And I do want to get an apartment. I do. 4 months, I'm looking forward. So 4 months later, you're gonna be like, wow, Daddy G in the house, got that mint? Well, that'd be cool if I had a mansion. Daddy G in the house, got the apartment, I see you. But what I do see is how a person for real just fucked with me and just like, you know, use a shotgun. But they didn't hit any shots. But GG's. Oh, hi. Hi. Yep, you wanna clap me? Oh! Oh, man. Some people even fear players, like a lot of players, and they just want peace. I mean, I do want peace, but I don't fear players. Why do you fear players? That's pretty much saying you fear your own kind. We don't fear our own kind. But yeah, you know, majority of humanity, you know, thank you, reload. Because, you know, majority of humanity are sinful, but me, simply because I'm a righteous, virtuous being, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? No? Anyway. Anyway. Where the fuck is the player at? Is it like over there? Oh, what is under there? Not under there, but like, oh yeah, under here, you know. No, what am I doing? Fucking bitch! Fuck this game. Like, just overall, we're playing OG. Originally, I mentioned I want to play OG, and I want to, so. Or imagine I've been playing OG. Well, no, because look at this. But bro, fuck this. Yes, I know the creator is Epic. Why would Fortnite transition to another company? That would be so fucked up. That would be though, you know, like it transitioned to like a different company, and then all of a sudden, like you're like, oh wow, by a different company? Well, fuck this. Burps all day and all night. But yeah, if I led SpaceX, being asked I'm at the age of 22 or 23 will be so cool. I would say 22. Well, excuse me, 23. Cause hey, if I win a lotto and it's like billions, you already know I'm using it towards being. Well, no, I just need to be CEO. Come on. Like, I don't need the money to have the money to buy a company. You don't necessarily need that, so. No, excuse me. Woo. Oh my gosh, my shirt smells like cigar. Excuse me, cigars. Is it wearing off though? I feel like weed and cigars, they stick on, they like linger. But weed, oh my gosh. If any of y'all come to my mansion, you're gonna smell that shit like all day and all night. Well, don't worry. I'll use like some type of spray or body spray or whatever, or well, some type of spray so that if y'all occur, it would like evaporate into the air, because it's like a particle pretty much. What's in the air? You like damage that particles. It's invisible though, or not visible to the naked eye, unfortunately, because you want to see it. You want to be like, okay, it's here. But then, like, what if you don't want to see it? What if you're like, okay, I don't want to see it. I just want to smell it. You know how people do take the air in their nose and then outside their mouth. That's because if it goes in your mouth or your nose or whatever, it doesn't necessarily matter. You're still inhaling and exhaling. 3 more levels? Fuck yeah, let's do this. Oh! Oh my gosh, it was on my it was on my abdomen. And M&M landed on my abdomen. Oh no, and M&M went under my ass. Not actually my ass, but like my pants. Okay, where I'm like when I'm sitting, it went under like under there, like not actually in my pants, chat. Hope y'all not confused. I don't want you to be like I don't want you all to be like that you're confused and you're like I'm confused. What are you referring to? Obviously, I'm never confused, but like some of y'all can get confused. Hey, I'm eating an M&M. It's not actually in my ass. If it was, I'll be like, ugh, I'm gonna throw it away and wash my hands. But no, don't worry. I'm not like that. Shit, my kids are gonna have silver tooth crowns, like all of them possibly. For real, all of them are gonna, because I'm like, I like candy, they're gonna. Their breath is possibly gonna stink, they're not gonna brush their teeth much. I mean, I don't either, because my teeth are typically white. I'm quite curious how it gets very dirty compared to others when you brush your teeth, you know? Possibly you just gotta do it every day. Or go to a dentist that isn't ass, because they just say, do you do twice a day? Do you do day and night? They gotta say, you gotta do it night and day. And if you do that, your teeth would remain white. But hey, my girl, her teeth is dirty even though she brushes her teeth. So there's some type of condition. And then the dentist can like figure out a way to make it like white, or you just gotta get your teeth whitened. I feel like that's how plenty of people get their teeth white. They just whiten them. So meaning like the dirty shit is under the whitening of the teeth. So when you look at people, don't be like, why are their teeth so perfect? Because their teeth is whitened. Come on. Don't you know that, chat? I want to get my teeth whitened. I feel like my girl should. Oh my gosh. I even showed it to my friend Godzilla. He was like, ugh, look at her teeth. And I'm like, are you referring to her to brush her teeth or how it's aligned? I mean, just because it's discolored doesn't mean her teeth is still not white. It is white a bit. Mine is whiter though, because I did have my dentist appointment last month. So, it's great. Don't worry. But, hey, my kids are possibly not going to brush their teeth much. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect their baby teeth. I am gonna make them brush their teeth still, don't worry. Because if they never, then their teeth are never gonna have that feeling, you know. Oh shit, am I gonna die? Wait, no, I'm not, because I have this. And some people refer to them, well, you know how I did that sound? Some people refer that to a mini heart attack. It's not a mini heart attack. You don't even feel it. You just jump like, oh, okay. Trying to clap my cheeks. Don't clap them too hard. That's what she said. Come on. That's what she said, or sex jokes. Y'all know that? I actually knew that without actually questioning. They are sex jokes. I can even mention to Andrew, when people say that's what she says, are those sex jokes? And he's like, yeah. And yes, he's gonna be like, you didn't know that? I'm like, buddy, I do know that. I do know that they are sex jokes. Because it's referring to like what she would mention when she's having sex. 7+, obviously. But hey, each state are gonna decide, because who knows what that's gonna be like. Back then, it actually was 7+. I actually done my research. It actually was. And I'm like, it's because those who are older, because they'll be judged because they think like, oh, they're lustful and they like to rape and all that. It's because if they make it 7+, they wouldn't be charged for having sex with someone very younger. But each state are gonna decide, because it's not just, it's just to see. Okay, if it's close to 7, then they can prove like those who are 7 for those girls / women / ladies / females can have sex for pleasure, you know. And as I especially mentioned about all that sex shit and all that shit, you know, sex for pleasure and all that shit, or 7+ and all that shit, which I already mentioned about the 7+ shit. But yeah, as I especially mentioned about all that shit, you know, like I especially mentioned about all that shit, you know, like with the, especially my kids, my biological kids, adopted kids and all that shit. Like I especially mentioned about all that shit, you know, like what's in my recent live stream chat. What I just basically mentioned about that shit, you know, like what's in this current live stream chat. Like, you know, like within this current live stream chat. And what I could possibly mention about all that shit, you know, like what's in my future live streams, obviously chat, you know, like, don't say, you know, anyway. But yeah, you have to get your teeth whitened because your breath can still stink regardless. But then if you brush your tongue, which I never do, I really don't. My teeth are, my tongue is so, fuck you. Oh, I'm playing this match again. Return. But yeah, my tongue is so white, like, people don't even care. Yeah, there's bacteria, it's gonna develop a smell, but if you don't mind, it's all good. You're not gonna get sick, it's not gonna kill you. People think if you never brush your teeth, it's gonna interfere with your heart and then your heart will collapse. I feel like that's a myth. Some dental myth out there. So when I go to my dentist appointment, they're just gonna mention, oh my gosh, you floss your teeth, but you don't brush your teeth. And chat, I have not even brushed, well, besides Tuesday and yesterday, I have not brushed my teeth all week. And it's still white. So, you can't blame me. But I do brush my teeth still, sometimes though. So my kids are possibly getting silver tooth crowns. I never have cavities though. So that is why my teeth are white too, because if you don't have cavities, then that means you have a very strong enamel genetically. But the thing is, my mom had cavities before. I never did. Is it because my dad never did? Well, what if he did? Possibly I'm just blessed by God and my Jesus Christ. My kids are possibly gonna have cavities because my wife has cavities. Or had cavities. Well, no, she actually had it recently. I feel like she mentioned that to me, and I'm like, girl, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to hang out with my girl very often because, like, I have not hung out with her all since. Like, I want to just see the way she acts and all that, you know. So, like, I want to head to the movies with her. I wanna, yeah, you know, like, head to the movies with her. Or, like, yeah, like, you know, head to the movies with her. I have to think of something. So, when is winter break? And if it's my dad's week, it's all good. But if it's like my mom's week, yeah, if it's my mom's week, then yeah, I am gonna head to the movies with her. I gotta figure out a way when to have sex with her, but she says what's in my place, and I want to get her pregnant. Ooh, we're gonna have kids. 9 kids. Well, 11 because I'm gonna have 2 adopted kids, so that makes 11. But biologically, 9 kids. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Just like when Paul Haim is like, ladies and gentlemen. However his voice sounds. I know what it sounds like, but just the way I said it. Come on, you know. Man. Just the way I said it. I am looking forward for Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, isn't that this week? Oh goddamn. But unfortunately, I'm not able to meet love. Excuse me, what I mean is, I'm not able to. You already know. I'm playing. But Siri thought I was chatting with her. Girl, we don't play. We don't play. Alright, girl. But it's not actually a girl, it's like a gender specific. Excuse me, it's an AI, so like you could choose any gender specific towards the AI. But yeah, my kids, hold up, before I even chat about my kids, hold up, give me a minute. Anyway, I was doing something real quick, you know, like this, you know. Anyway, should I even play GTA Director Mode, like while live? Possibly not, because like it's 4:12, so. Who knows shit? Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna mention to the. Well, before I even get to that part, it's about my therapist. But nothing bad. I'm just gonna say like what I'm gonna mention to her. But like But yeah, my kids, like, their breath is gonna be stinking, and I don't care. I mean, it's not a sin, because it's a part of majority of humanity, chat. Even I have bad breath, but it's not as deadly or bad. Like, what if I never brush my teeth and you all never notice? Like, you could get your teeth whitened to have very strong enamel, no cavities, but still have bad breath. You know? Like, mine doesn't have to be crystal clear white, but it is. It's just all the particles, like the plaque and shit. But I'm gonna have to switch my dentist, but I'm not gonna even mention to my stepmom to switch it. But if she does, I wouldn't care, because the way they scrape my gums That's a guns. They scrape my gums still, and I'm like, it's not as worse compared to my other dentists, but they're the way they like, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, why are they doing it? Like, you know, like if you're a dentist, if I was a dentist, which I want to be a child pediatric dentist, meaning I'm specifically specializing within those temporarily, physically, a kid / child / children within their motor bodies. Like, you know, within their kid phase, well, pretty much toddler and kid phase. Not baby phase. I would say more of like toddler and kid phase. Just want to ensure their teeth is clean. And would I wear a mask? Possibly not. If I have no germs listening to me potentially, I would just possibly not have my mask on so I can see if their breath stinks or not. Definitely my kids will. Oh my gosh, theirs possibly will. They possibly won't brush their teeth or any of that shit. I'll just watch my kids. You can choose any day. Just ensure your teeth are healthy. It doesn't necessarily matter if they're actually very discolored. Just ensure it's a bit of what, like, it's gotta be like mine, like how mine is white, but it could be a bit discolored. And nobody has judged me in terms of like how my teeth color looks. So. Like, none of my siblings have had their dentist appointment. But if you never had to the dentist, that is when issues would occur. So it's great to witness your dentist. Like, my kids could possibly have like 5 or 4 or even 7 silver tooth crowns. And then half of their teeth will be white and majority of them will be covered in crowns because they make cavities because of my wife. Because how my wife had cavities when she was younger. I mean, she can have it now, but like, permanent tooths don't get it much. They're much stronger. But it could occur. Well, yeah, she did mention she got a cavity recently, so gosh. Baby girl. Like, why she gotta get some cavities? I don't even want to have my first cavity. Or what if I did had and my dentist never mentioned it and it just like vanished because my tooth figured out, like the tissues figured out to like make it where my teeth doesn't have cavities. But if I never did, then because dentists gotta be honest. If you lie to your patient, you can get into legal trouble. Well, not legal trouble, but you can get into trouble with like, you can get into trouble with like with like, I would say what's the law? Who knows? What if? Because I feel like it should be by law where you have to go to the dentist and all that. Not by law. Or people have to keep their teeth white. For example. So got my Jesus Christ, yeah, but he means when your teeth are damaged. Like when I'm talking, I do smell my breath smell sometimes, and it ain't pleasant. So if y'all near me, just ensure my teeth, or not my teeth. Instead of saying, "Are your teeth white?" ensure that I don't have bad breath. And I do, and I don't care. My kids are gonna have, my wife have. I smell it like whenever I'm hanging out with her, and I can mention to my girl, hey, sweetie, your breath stinks. You know? And it's not disrespectful, you're just saying it had the foul smell. And hey, she possibly has a reason. Yeah, they're white because she got her teeth whitened. So you're possibly not gonna witness it. But it is still discolored. I can, like, witness it. Okay, I gotta for real play OG. My bad, you know, like, don't say, you know? Anyway. But yeah, my kids, they're all gonna have bad breath. But anyway, what I was gonna mention, Chad, and it's about the incident, it's about Riva. Like, I especially mentioned about her, like, you know, what's my... Because you're gonna hear all that shit on Tuesday. Tomorrow. Like, I especially mentioned about that shit, you know, like, what's in my recent live streams, chat. Yeah, what's in my recent live stream, chat. What I just especially mentioned about that shit, you know, like, I'm not saying, you know, like, within this, especially about my therapist, you know, like, within this current life chat, you know, like, I'm not saying, you know, like within this current life chat, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well, with some of my future live streams, obviously, chat, you know, like, I'm not saying, you know, anyway. Anyway, my phone at exactly 92, so I'm gonna switch it to OG. Oh yeah, I can smell my breath. I can, like, open my mouth. Oh yeah, I can smell it. Ooh, yeah, strong. The breath. I may have to smell my kid's breath. I can even mention to Google, can you sniff your children's breath to ensure that they're brushing their teeth or if it smells great? Google would not have issues with that. But yeah, I mentioned to Google, if I want to have my own space agency, I can mention, like, if I want to be an astronaut, like, what's in my early 20s, could I possibly own, like, SpaceX and B2C? Because you don't have to give it up. You can just make a deal or negotiate with the, because the chairman is not Elon Musk. It's someone else, apparently. Some individual, apparently. Oh, wait. You can change the match. But you can't, like... But yeah, you can change the match, just like... Yeah, it'll be like that as well, but, you know... just different. But yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of Google search, have more M&Ms, make my breath stink more. I don't care. So. You know, might as well. What I'm going to mention is, can all my kids not brush my teeth if I don't brush it much? Hold up. Can all my kids have bad breath if they don't brush their teeth much, like how I don't brush my teeth much? Let's see. Yes, all your children can develop bad breath if they do not brush their teeth frequently, as poor oral hygiene is the #1 cause of hallucinosis within individuals' children. Neglecting to brush allows bacteria to feed on food particles within the mouth, creating odor causing plaque. Okay. Okay. Inadequate brushing / flossing. If individuals' children do not brush twice a day for 2 minutes and floss regularly, food debris can cause overall bacteria to thrive. Tongue bacteria. Bacteria within the tongue is typically attached, requiring proper tongue cleaning. I never clean my tongue, and it's not a big deal. But it's saying like there's bacteria, so it's gonna attach, you know. Or who knows if there's that sense of feeling, you know. Dry saliva, or excuse me, dry mouth. Saliva acts as a cleaner mouth, breathing common with congestion or dehydration, causes dry mouth and increased odor. Dental issues, cavities, gum inflammation, gingivitis, that's the type of condition, and infections within individuals' children as well cause persistent bad breath. Tonsil stones. Larger tonsils can harbor trapped bacteria. Solutions to fresh breath. Establish a routine. Ensure your children brush for 2 minutes twice daily and floss. Supervise your children to ensure they brush properly and don't just swallow toothpaste. Okay, why would they swallow toothpaste? Okay, when I brush my teeth, I actually do, but not every day. Hydration. Encourage drinking water to keep the mouth moist. Hey, mine's always moist, but I still have bad breath. Dental visits. Schedule regular checkups to address underlying issues like cavities. Which I don't have cavities. I don't even have gum disease. I feel like if you never brush your teeth, like your whole, like for example, like months or years, unless I just have a strong gum, you know. But they do bleed. So I'm hoping I don't develop gingivitis. And hey, if you do, don't be like, oh my gosh, my teeth are gonna fall out. No, that's if you don't. Like, if you do have it, witness a dentist and they'll figure something out. But I don't have it, so it's perfect. Or I can mention to the dentist, do I have gingivitis or not? If the bad breath is persistent, it is advisable to consult a dentist or pediatrician to rule out underlying infections. So, because I still have bad breath, these are the reasons. I don't brush or floss. I never floss because I don't like flossing. I may use a water flosser though, but hey, I don't like flossing. But the dentist believes me. I mentioned, oh, I do floss, but I don't. Possibly because I use water to get rid of the food, like the way I would do it. But hey, she does not know. And I'm gonna witness another dentist in Michigan. And yeah, I'm gonna have adopted kids, so they have to brush their teeth. Or who knows if they will? What if they pick it up after me, like, ooh, Daddy doesn't brush his teeth, so I don't have to, you know? Especially when individuals age, like certain individuals, because I don't age, they can like develop a like certain dental issues or oral hygiene issues because it's oral, dental and oral, you know. Tongue bacteria. So another thing, I have tongue bacteria. Dry mouth. Hey, like I mentioned, I drink water, but actually I do because of mucus buildup. Dental issues. I don't have cavities. I don't have gum inflammation, and my children would not have infection within them. But they would have bad breath regardless. I don't have tonsil stones, for what I know. Ensure your kids brush their teeth twice a day. Hey, I'm just gonna give them that freedom. They don't have to every day. Once a while, I would say, but not like once a week. Ooh, no. Unless like their teeth is actually white and it wouldn't like necessarily matter. Like if I wake up my kid, they don't have to brush their teeth. They can just go straight to school with their stinky breath. So, like, imagine that. Imagine you let your kids do that. And it says supervise your children. Yeah, I don't have to supervise them. By the time they're 7, yep, they can make their own adult decisions. Don't even call them little adults. Tall adult? No, you don't call someone tall. It's mentality, not physicality. God damn. And hydration, yes, I would ensure they're hydrated. And yes, they would see their dentist. Just that the dentist is gonna be like, oh my gosh, look at them teeth. And then they'll have plenty of silver tooth crowns. Can all my kids have bad breath if they don't brush their teeth much, like I don't brush my teeth much? Or, you know what? If I don't brush my teeth much, would all my children pick it up after me where they don't brush their teeth much? Would all my children pick it up after me where they don't brush their teeth much? Yeah, I can still like smell my breath when I'm talking. Woo! Hey, just so you know, I did not put much toothpaste on a toothbrush. Hold on, I gotta check if my teeth are yellow. Hold up. But I can feel that gooey shit, like, you know how your tongue or your teeth. Enamel strong though, so that's for sure. Anyway. Yes. It says absolutely individuals' children overall mirrors their parents' daily habits, especially a lack of regular brushing is likely to be adapted to them, leading to poor dental hygiene. Individuals' children require consistent routines and supervision for brushing until they are around 7 years old. On this research it says 8 years old, and that's why I said 7, because 8 is not the age. Until they are around 7 years old to develop proper healthy habits. Modeled behavior. Individuals' children learn habits from observing parents. So consistent daily brushing, ideally twice a day, is key to establishing great routines. Just because my parents do doesn't mean I would have to. So possibly not. They would possibly want to brush their teeth more. You never know. It's their instincts. Whatever they would prefer though. Consequences of neglect: skipping brushing leads to bacterial accumulation, acid, and potentially cavities. Acid? Oh, I know what it's referring to. Like your teeth is more yellow. Yeah, mine's not as much, so it's not actually as yellow. So, perspective approach: parents can reserve this trend by establishing a routine of brushing together, using tools like electric toothbrushes, and ensuring individuals' children brush after meals. Setting example is majority of the effective way to teach healthy lifelong habits. Well, they're still going to be healthy overall, so. Perspective approach. Individuals, parents can reserve. Once a while I'll do with them. Could I possibly be the CEO of SpaceX and possibly be an astronaut at exactly 22 years old? If it says no, then I'll mention like the curriculum, like what curriculum I'm referring to. Oh my gosh, I hate it when Google says, "Oh, it's impossible," and all that. Like, come on, bro. socials, current industry standards, hiring practices, and requirements for spaceflight. It mentions it's virtually impossible when it's not necessarily to be both the CEO in SpaceX. To be both the CEO of SpaceX and an active trained astronaut was at exactly 22 years old. Here's a breakdown of this. Why is this a possibility as of early 2026? The CEO at exactly 22 years old. Okay, it doesn't necessarily matter. Current leadership. Elon Musk has served as CEO of SpaceX since founding it on exactly year 2002. Experience gap. While SpaceX hires younger individuals, the CEO position requires decades of experience in engineering, management, and capital raising. It doesn't necessarily matter. At exactly 22 years old, majority of individuals are just graduating college. Okay, so that does not necessarily matter. Company structure. SpaceX is a massively complex multi-billion-dollar private corporation with an anticipated IPO on exactly year 2026 that requires experienced leadership. The requirements to be an astronaut at 22: education and experience. To be an astronaut, you typically need a master's degree within the STEM field: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and overall 3 years of related professional experience. Not necessarily. Age factor. Astronaut candidates selected in the past have typically ranged between the ages of 26 and 46, with the average age being 34. That is fucking bullshit. Training time. Training to be an astronaut takes years, not months. Even short duration spaceflight requires extensive, rigorous preparation. The reality of SpaceX astronauts, automation. SpaceX spaceflight, such as the Dragon capsule and Starship, are designed to be largely automated, reducing the need for traditional pilot. Astronauts was in the way NASA required was in the past. Private citizens. Plenty of individuals flying with SpaceX are currently private citizens, paying passengers rather than professional astronauts trained by the company itself. Conclusion: while you could possibly be an entry-level engineer within SpaceX at exactly 22. This is so bullshit. I do not like what the AI is mentioning, so what's Google, but the AI. Well, end of chat. Be sure to skip to part 1 on the AFK. I am gonna mute myself for quite a bit. Chat, I am back. I'm actually gonna head to bed. Because, like, bro, look at the time. My sisters are gonna consider getting up for school, so you already know the outro, chat. Yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. If you want to see more of me playing Fortnite with my homie AZ or Angel or Emmanuel, or with all my subs, or me playing Fortnite solo, be sure to leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm ending right shit. Yeah, I was doing something for quite a bit, so yeah, I'm gonna end right shit.